is going to crash big.
Crash out of turn number 4. A multi-car pileup. Eric Almirola, his car all torn up. That is Michael Waltrip, who will not win his third Daytona 500. David Gilliland's car is crashed. Almirola's gone straight to the garage with his number. On the inside, excuse me, that's game.
Oh,
big trouble.
Good grief.
Did they not wreck?
Oh, they're wrecking.
Suarez to the inside along with Newman. Cars piling up to the outside and all the way across the track.
Was that
behind Earnhardt and Burton? More Chevys, Harvick, Menard, Newman, and 14 Tony Stewart.
And there's Tony Stewart's teammate, Ryan Newman. Oh, Tony's going around. Another wreck through the tri-oval.
Kyle Busch, hard slide through the grass, no contact. At least half a dozen cars involved in this one. Dave Blaney drives away. That's Kyle Busch. Caution flag number 10 with 4 laps to go. Landon Castle, or excuse me, David Rudiman.
Backup car, but it's a car that's been to victory lane here during Speed Weeks. Won the Budweiser shootout with that very car.
Elliott Sadler is challenged for the lead by Matt Kenseth and Kevin Harvick.
I believe these guys put a big old clock on their dash, and they wind her up, and it's supposed to hit midnight about the end of the race.
Now, if Matt Kenseth can bring them all the way back around and lead a lap. Oh, here we go.
There he goes.
Almirola goes off the nose of Casey Kane.
Hang on to her, brother.
Your brake. Brake there.
Man, it gets crowded back there. Goodness.
Caution's out. Caution's
Darrell, I
out.
think
Got
you
the
were
bump
right.
again there, Doug.
I think somebody's glass slipper broke. Harvick slides up in front of traffic.
Cars upside down, cars everywhere.
Come on.
And turn 4 is calamity corner once again. The field is frozen. Jeff Gordon came across with Stewart and Johnson side by side, but there are half a dozen cars littered between turn 3 and car in the wall. Turn 4, one car comes sliding down the track. In the wall, it's Spencer, Jimmy Spencer. Caution is out, and here they come. Jarrett gets the white and the yellow flag, and Dale Jarrett is going to win the Daytona 500 for the third.
Newman? Big run. Denny put the block on him. Great job not causing a wreck on that block.
White flag under green. Next flag will end the race, and Newman is there.
Newman's got locked onto his rear bumper just like he did. Oh, wrecking behind Chase Elliott around.
Spinning around.
Still green. Still green.
Still green, and here they come.
And here comes Blaney.
Ryan Blaney up behind Ryan Newman, trying to get him to Hamlin.
Newman backed up to Blaney. Big run coming here.
To the inside, Newman to the front.
Nothing Denny Hamlin could do. What can Ryan Blaney now do? Here comes a push from Denny Hamlin. Oh, this thing's not over yet. Not at all.
Ryan Newman off turn 4 for the final time. Blaney to the outside, to the inside. Here comes Hamlin up the outside.
Wow.
Crash into the wall, into the air. Goes Newman.
Upside down.
In a shower of sparks on his roof. Ryan Newman comes across the line, 4th. And comes to rest. Scoring. Unofficial.
As South Boston, Virginia's Ward Burton comes to the line. White flag. Final lap. Here comes Dale Jarrett looking outside for 3rd. Can't get it done. Whoa! He bounces off Mark Martin. Jarrett is crashing in the final lap. Everybody gets by him okay. Elliott Sadler in the 21, the Wood Brothers car. Left to try and chase Ward Burton to the checkered flag.
And if Elliott Sadler was shaking, finishing 3rd in the Pepsi 400, just imagine what that young man is going through now, about to finish 2nd in the Daytona 500. About ready to faint, I'm telling you.
8th 2 times is his best previous finish in the 500. Now in his 8th try at the Great American Race, it's going to be Ward Burton driving his Dodge to victory lane. Checkered flag is up, and Ward Burton is going to win the 44th Daytona 500.
Front damage looks.
The car.
Sterling Marlin is jumping out of his car. He's going around to look at the right front fender. But, oh, he can't do that.
You can't work on your car under the red flag. That's the NASCAR rule.
Pull it off a little bit.
You're not allowed to work on your car under the red flag.
Oh, Kenny Schrader got out of control, got into him. Oh, that's what happened, Mike. His right rear tire came off. Car goes airborne, then when it hits the ground, it digs in and just rips it apart. Let me tell you, the way these cars are inside, he's like
This mess.
Yes, and the slow. Oh, man.
It did work. I thought it was going to be a crash.
They have to
Walk wide for the lead.
This is going to get exciting. Look at Earnhardt coming up on the back of Jeff Gordon down the back straightaway.
He'll try to make it 4 wide, but Michael Walton's going to try to make it 5 wide.
10 laps to go this time. 17 times the driver to lead with 10 to go did not win the 500. 4 times that was Dale Earnhardt.
Let me tell you, teammates are out right now. Rusty Wallet fighting back on the inside. Shows a lot of power right there by himself.
1.5 miles to history. Jeff Gordon trying to win his second. Dale Earnhardt trying to win his second. Buddy, where will Earnhardt make the move?
Boy, I don't know. Gordon looks awful strong as they come off turn 2 over there down the back straightaway. Kenny Irwin looks to the outside.
Right here's where he has to make the move. And he wasn't able to get that run up under Jeff Gordon like he wanted to.
But that's what we said Friday. He was this far behind in the International Race of Champions. He looks inside. He goes outside. He looks inside again.
Okay, right now he's got to pull right down on that back bumper, try to get him loose coming off turn 4. He does not have the muscle at this point.
But he may have some momentum. Here comes Earnhardt. He's all the way to the bottom, almost in the grass. He slides up the racetrack, and Jeff Gordon will win it for the second time.
Wow, what a race.
Welcome back to Daytona.
It's the big one, gang. It's the big one. It's what we've all been fearing. This kind of racing is going to happen.
A horrible crash on the back straightaway that began when Tony Stewart got turned sideways against the backstretch. Stewart was the first car sideways. Here's see why.
Here's the 4 got into the back of Ward Burton, I believe.
And then Burton's 22 got into Stewart. And everybody scrambles.
That car is taking a whale of a ride, that 20 car is. It's getting hit. It's upside down. It's hit on its roof. It's on fire.
And Tony Stewart goes for one of the wildest rides in recent memory at Daytona.
Well, it looks like the Richard Petty crash here, like when Richard crashed off turn 4 down here, standing on.
Look, he's got Bobby Labonte's hood.
Here is a look at the last lap. Denny Hamlin out in front of Newman and Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, Ryan Blaney gets to his rear bumper. Nothing that Denny Hamlin can do other than try to tuck right into the rear bumper of Ryan Blaney, which he does an excellent job of. Newman gets a pretty good run to the turn 4, but now here comes a huge run by Ryan Blaney being pushed by Denny Hamlin. He tries to go to the outside, then the inside. They lock bumpers and turns Ryan Newman around. Upside down he goes. Corey LaJoie coming along, making contact.
Just lifting Newman's car up and over. And it comes to rest on its roof. Here is the second closest finish in Daytona 500 history. Denny Hamlin the winner in both of them. This time it is Ryan Blaney finishing second. Blaney tried the top side, tried to get low. Ryan Newman goes around and the car goes to its roof, and here's the onrushing Corey LaJoie picking it up and over. The 500 Chevy, Pontiac, Ford, that's how they run. But Earnhardt has a benefit. There's a slow car up ahead.
And there's trouble coming off of turn 2. Some cars get strangled. It might be this. Whoever gets back to the start-finish line, they'll get the white and the yellow together.
Lake Speed and John Andretti tangle as the leaders head for turn number 3. Andretti and Spencer got together.
This could be the Daytona 500. Bobby Labonte goes to the outside.
Labonte up high. Earnhardt uses the lap car of Rick Bass as a pick. 20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Dale Earnhardt will come to the caution flag to win the Daytona 500. Finally, the most anticipated moment in racing. If John Elway can win the Super Bowl, Dale Earnhardt said he could win the Daytona 500. And if he comes around under caution to complete this final lap, the taste of long-awaited victory will be his. Checkered flag. Dale Earnhardt finally is a champion of the Daytona 500. Look out on pit road.
Uh-oh, there goes Tony. Oh my goodness.
Crash in turn 4.
Man,
and there in the midst of it sits Tony Stewart and Kurt Busch, the 2 leaders.
I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe Tony got a little loose all at once.
Kurt Busch, the 2 will go straight to the garage, Jerry.
I'm worried about you. I ain't worried about that car.
That was Greg Zipadelli, Stewart's crew chief. And the strongest Chevy and the strongest Dodge in Daytona are wrecked.
Let's watch it. I don't know if Kurt got into the back of Tony or not. Let's wait till we get around here and see. Tony's car just Tony hit the apron. He got down on the apron. He got a little bit loose. Kurt was all over the back of him, and there he goes.
Tony's dropped the window net on his car. That's a signal to safety workers that he is okay.
Johnson on the 48 on the outside, Darrell.
Somebody needs to get up there and go with him, but I don't know if Tony Stewart can run the outside or not. He hadn't all day.
Busch to the outside. Gordon slams the door on him in the turn 3.
6 cars have a chance to win it. Jeff Gordon's going to lead him into turn 4. They're 1 mile from home.
Tony Stewart just slid up the racetrack. He and Jimmy Johnson are going to make contact.
3 wide. They're bouncing off each other.
Jeff Gordon's going to win his 3rd Daytona 500. Kurt Busch, Dale Jr., and Scott Briggs completes a dream week with a 4th place finish.
Boy, he did. And by those cars right there, 5th, 6th.
Watch Jimmy Johnson's 48 and the 20 of Tony Stewart.
Stewart went to the outside, made a big run, and he went up the hill and come up, got in behind, blocked him behind Jimmy Johnson. Then I thought they were gone right here. I thought that was a big crash, but they held on to him, raced back to the line. You can see Mark pushing Scott Riggs across in front of Jimmy Johnson. And now watch down here. Tony is some kind of frustrated and some kind of upset. Run 500 miles, don't have a scratch on your car, and then decide to beat them all up after the race is over.
2 Dodges, 2 Toyotas for the win.
Strap down this big TV. She's going to go for a ride.
Here we come. White flag. Bail out. 1 to go. Woohoo!
Stewart's got a great car, no question about that. It's just a matter of if Kurt can get a little help.
And now, Ryan jumped to the high side. Tony Stewart blocks him. Here comes Kyle Busch on the bottom.
Uh-oh, Toyota drag race down the back. Toyota drag race.
Teammates.
Newman was trying to get help from the other blue Dodge. Now he's got it. Toyota on the inside lane. Dodge on the outside lane. Who's going to win it?
It's going to come all the way to the wire. Here they go into turn 3.
Teammates working together. 2018, 212. 12 is going to win this race. I don't believe they can catch him back to the line.
He's going to have to make it wide.
Pedal, baby, pedal.
Have to make it wide.
It's the Boilermaker, Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman, Roger Penske win the Daytona 500.
Way to go, guys. Way to go.
Roger Penske's first restrictor plate win and his first 1-2 finish.
And done it in style, man. 1-2.
Single file.
White flag, 1 lap to go.
Coming to the white, man. Coming to the white. Single file behind him.
Front 4, single file.
Here they go. They got to go. They got to get Mark moved. They got to move him somehow.
Gets back to that yellow line right around the bottom, all the way through turn 1 and 2.
Mark Martin is driving the race of his life. And there's nobody that's better at holding people off at Daytona.
And Kyle Busch lagged back a little bit. Is he going to get help? Is he going to come? He's looking.
Back behind you.
He almost squeezed Harvick into the wall, and here comes Harvick, the 29, with Matt Kenseth.
Oh, Mark got loose. Mark got loose.
And Harvick's getting a run off turn 4. It's going to be a drag race all the way back to the start-finish line. No caution. They're side by side, right to the line.
Big crash. Here they come. Checkered flag. Harvick. Kevin Harvick wins the Daytona 500.
We got 1 car on his roof coming across the start-finish line.
Still wrecking. They're wrecking everywhere. Boyer's on fire. Jeff Gordon's wrecked.
And they are still wrecking.
Montoya, Stremme, Kenseth, Biffle, Marley.
Make a move. DW, when will they make it?
I don't think they're going to make it till turn 4. I mean, we keep hearing about I'm a set and duck when I'm leading this thing, so I guess that makes it 21, a set and duck right now. But we'll see here. That 22 knows how to win from that position. That's where he won the Bud Shootout from.
Edwards and Gilliland down to the inside, trying to.
Where did that 34 come from?
Trying to spoil the party.
Oh my
gosh.
God!
Spoiled the party for Kurt Busch and Montoya in here. They come through turn 4.
Gilliland, former pole sitter of the 500. Edwards has room underneath. Now he pushes Trevor Bayne.
It's over. Trevor Bayne is going to win the Daytona 500.
Unbelievable.
Happy birthday, Trevor Bayne, 20 years old.
Are you kidding me?
If anything should happen down in turn 1 or 2 or 3 and 4, it's over.
3-car breakaway. Junior tucked up tight under the bumper of Biffle. Kenseth leads to turn 1, final lap.
Denny Hamlin in the 11s there with no one to push him.
Actually, he might actually be hurting those 2 cars in front of him if he gets back too far. But here we go. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen pretty quick.
We've seen where the timing of where you do it is so critical.
Those 2 cars, the 16 and the 88, should be able to get by, but Kenseth, if Biffle elects to take the chance.
Ford Chevrolet off the final corner. Matt Kenseth trying to win it for the 2nd time. Here comes Junior to the outside. Side by side with Kenseth. He runs out of time. Matt Kenseth wins the Daytona 500.
I tip my hat all the way down into the corner if he's going to get back to the lead.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Here it comes.
And the Chevrolet of Chris Buescher is up there in the front 5.
Oh, big block by the 41.
Hang on. Almirola for the lead.
Now look who's in the lead. Almirola in the 10 car.
No more teammates here.
Tony Stewart's new driver, Eric.
Oh, no, there's a... Who is that?
Oh, man, how did they not wreck right there?
Good grief, they're bouncing off each other left and right.
Here comes Buescher in the 3rd. Car spinning up into the wall mid-pack.
Dale Jarrett, one of them.
Mark Martin is in it. Elliott Sadler, the rookie, and Carr spin.
See Terry Labonte.
Steve Park is in there, 99.
Jeff Burton, yeah.
Joe Nemechek, 42. Sterling Marlin, number 40. Jeffrey Bodine, former winner.
Boy,
Ward Burton, heavy damage on his Pontiac.
Those cars were all running so close together.
And Dale Jarrett trying to win his 3rd Daytona 500. Will not today. Let's show you Dale Jarrett's view. Well, that showed you which car was upside down.
Bro, there.
From Mark Martin's roof cam.
These guys saw just now these cars all flipping and flying through the air and hop right back out there just like it never happened.
Martin squeezes to the middle.
Michael went from the 3rd lane all the way to the bottom, now back to the 2nd lane. Back to the 3rd lane.
Do that on the highway, you get arrested.
Well, that's defensive driving there. He's driving with the mirror. He isn't even looking in front of him.
Here, he's trouble. Contact on the backstretch. It's Mike Waltrip and now Brian Vickers. Robbie Gordon, 31. The time. Oh, Waltrip's over. 1, 2, 3 times for Michael Waltrip.
Well, there's the big one right there. Took a lot. There's a lot of good cars.
You got it, man. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it.
Michael Waltrip wins.
All right. The television dream come true. Oh, man.
Back at Daytona, a massive accident down in turn 1 has claimed at least 15 cars. It started up toward the front of the field. You see the carnage scattered in the corner. Matt Kenseth, Johnny Benson, Ricky Rudd was in it. Oh, look at that. Kenny Wallace, John Andretti, Casey Atwood. Is that Jeff Gordon? Can't see.
I don't think so. I think Jeff Gordon. I think that Kevin Harvick spun. I think that Jeff Gordon was able to get underneath him. I don't know that for sure. Kenny Wallace and Harvick make contact going down in turn 1.
And there we were talking about throwing the block, and that looks like what happened.
And the first 4 or 5 cars get through, and then about the 7th or 8th, I don't know, about the wherever the 43 car of Andretti, that was the next car to hit. And after that, there's no place for anyone to go.
That's right. The track just becomes completely blocked.
And work in the middle.
Trouble.
Greg. Here's the big one. Man.
Well, there goes half the field.
Sure does.
And it's Ryan Newman leading them around.
You can see Joey Logano really aggressive to the rear bumper of the 10. He's going to push him all the way up to the 2. And they just, right before the 10 gets there, there's a little bit of movement. And that little bit of movement, when you make that much contact, turns your car right around. That's exactly what happened to Brad Keselowski and the 10 of Almirola.
Big head off turn 4 in that 4 car. White flag this time.
A lot of jostling back in the pack. The leader's going to make it under the wide under green. Logano, Harvick, Earnhardt, Boyer, last lap.
Guess what? The race is getting ready to start off turn 2. It's all on from there on.
Car smoking back of the field, drops back out of play. 3 wide. Big cluster coming off turn number 4. Smoke,
oh, man.
Trouble, way in the back, but here come the leaders.
The question is, are they going to throw the yellow? Or are they going to let them race back?
7, 8 car pile up in the back straightaway. Caution is out.
Is out. Joey Logano.
Keep coming. Just stay on the gas. Back straightaway. Stay on the gas. Coming to easy here. They say roll out of the throttle.
It's over, boys. It's over.
Middletown, Connecticut's Joey Logano wins the Daytona 500.
Daytona 500, guys!
500. Let's see where it starts.
Here he is right here. As we go off, that's in 1 and 2. Start off the back straightaway over here. Let's see what happens.
4 wide.
Uh-oh.
And Austin Dillon tips Jeff Gordon.
Yep.
And it's on.
Right in that spot where it didn't take much.
A little dicey down the back straightaway. Cars get a little bit loose and crazy as they get the end of the back straightaway.
I mean, do they think it's 10 to go?
Oh,
trouble. Here we go. Here we go.
Jimmy Johnson got turned, and they pile up behind him.
14, 48. I mean, the whole crowd. There's a 10. Wow.
Incredible, these runs that come so fast. You cannot protect against that run.
Oh, Kurt Busch around off the bumper of Blaney.
Inside. Call watch your inside. You should be the leader.
Looks like
Truex not able to avoid this one. Or Bowman.
Oh, Bowman's got it.
It's a little free when it was up top.
Johnson first, Kenseth second with a push from Gordon. Oh, Kane! Kane gets around, slides across the track. Dillon misses him. More carnage down toward turn number 1. Montoya, Harvick.
A real low apron.
All with damage as the caution comes out. All green flag stops.
Whoa, Kyle Busch is around. Big wreck.
Wow. There's
Dale Jr. got involved.
Oh, Junior's in it, and Matt Kenseth.
And Ty Dillon and Eric Jones are all piled up in turn 3.
What the heck happened?
The 18 just turned around. I don't know if he got himself in a unique position, or the car got loose right there going in the corner, or he had a tire going down, but it just turned around in front of him.
Every bit of the skill they have, they're trying to, got another car.
Up goes Ryan Newman. Justin Allgaier, Brian Scott, Terry Labonte.
Dang, gone.
Cole went
right at the back of the field.
Unless they can get this cleaned up in a hurry, this is not going to be good for those drivers up front that are very marginal on fuel.
Watch the 3 of our pole sitter, Austin Dillon. We're under caution in the Daytona 500. 14 laps to go.
Oh, trouble, big trouble.
Mid-pack. Sliding and spinning into the infield, McMurray. And sliding up the racetrack, one car going to coast to the bottom. That's Eric Almirola. Regan Smith was in it, and Casey Kane. The left side of his car torn up, and we're back under caution. Greg Biffle and his Roush Fenway Ford teammate Matt Kenseth and Carl Edwards, 3 Fords. Trouble already. The wall slams to the outside. It's 5-time champion Jimmy Johnson. He collects Danica Patrick and the 34 of David Reagan.
Trevor Bayne, the 21 car, a winner from last year. You see him involved.
Kurt Busch is involved.
To restart after the last caution at the tail end of this field. There he is up in the top 5.
Yeah, he shuffled the Mark out, got a nose under him. Mark gave him some room, and there they go.
There's Jimmy Johnson, the 48 car.
Hard
Here we go.
Tony Raines with him, Denny Hamlin.
That was inevitable. It had to happen. You can't be this late in the race, be bunched up like that.
McMurray is in front to try to win the 500. This will be the last lap.
Whatever happens now happens, folks. They can all wad up down here, and somebody's going to leave out that second turn, the winner.
Junior on the bottom with Boyer. Biffle ahead.
Truex trying to get up there and help McMurray, but Boyer's right there behind Biffle in the 16. There goes Boyer to the outside.
Look at Junior. Come on, Junior. Come on.
Can they make it to the flag?
Nah, no way. They'll never get through this third turn.
Junior got squirreled up right there.
No, it's just perfect. He's flying through there.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. unbelievably has caught Jamie McMurray as they come to turn 4.
He'll have to go to the high side, though. McMurray will guard that line.
Crash at the back, never mind. Green flag still out. Checkered flag in the air. The 52nd Daytona 500 to Jamie McMurray.
Yes, little Jamie, baby.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Yes, sir. Billy.
All that happened on lap 2. And now, under caution, Juan Pablo Montoya has crashed and gone aflame.
Holy cow, what happened?
We just got a report that he was complaining about a bad vibration in every gear.
No, Larry, he just slammed
into the jet dryer.
I think he slammed into the jet dryer.
They're trying to clear debris off the racetrack, and the car brakes, won't steer, and he slides up the track and into the back of that surplus helicopter jet engine on a trailer used to dry the racetrack.
Mike, I saw sparks coming out from the car as if it had a tire down or something. What an incredible turn of events. I've never in my life. Oh my gosh.
And all that spilled jet fuel found something hot to ignite it. On a 500 with 77 laps to go, as Larry pointed out. Now there are some cars on the tail end of the lead lap in front of the race leader, who shows as Elliott Sadler with Reed Sorensen, then Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth, and Carl Edwards. Sorensen driving the famed number 43 that Richard Petty took to victory lane here 7 times.
And all of those cars are cars that had made green flag stops prior to that caution. Boy, Brian Vickers, Dale Earnhardt Jr., that ain't going to work, boys.
Vickers hard. Here we go. Kyle Busch, the dominant car of the day, in the wall.
That was wrong.
And 10 cars sliding, slamming into the infield.
Jimmy Johnson, totally uncalled for. Totally.
I don't care who you are. That was just wrong.
Caution is out. McMurray was a contender. He's all torn up. And the dominant car of the day, that of Kyle Busch, is a victim of this pileup.
Race has officially been declared final. It is over. So Matt Kenseth, Jack Roush, there is your Daytona 500 winner in the 51st running of the Great American Race, the 2009 champ. Matt Kenseth in a backup car, slipping through for the lead, and now the victory in the rain-shortened Daytona 500. And our Steve Burns is down there. Steve?
Finish second.
When we cross the start finish line, it's a race.
You got hurt in about...
And oh, by the way, it's not over. It's just now on.
Daryl, keep an eye on Dale.
Oh, car in the wall, hard. Turn 1. And it's one of the BK cars. It's the 93 of Travis Quapple. No caution. NASCAR, if the track is clear, they will let them finish. We are still green. And here come the leaders.
Yeah, Mark Martin is really pushing Dale Earnhardt Jr. in that 88.
Junior to the inside of Greg Biffle. The green flag still flies. Martin's number 55. Keselowski in the 2. Biffle backing up. Patrick behind him. For the second time, the Daytona 500 goes to Jimmy Johnson, 5-time champion from Oklahoma, California, and his Rick Hendricks Chevrolet.
It looked like the 33 car of Brian Scott, something. And watch Danica right there. Man,
no, he just doesn't have enough of a push. He's going to have to back up to that car behind him and get that push, but he's trying.
He wants that 4 car to help him. Here he goes.
Next flag ends the race.
I just don't think he can do it from the outside.
He might be able to get up to 3rd, maybe 2nd. I just don't know if he's going to get all the way up to the lead, but here he comes.
Got to run down the back. It's going to be a drag race off turn 4, but I just don't see him being able to pull it off.
He's getting a big push. He's getting a big push.
He's coming. He's up to 2nd.
Hamlin a 2nd. Up
watch
high.
the inside. Watch the inside. Mark Truex Jr. 3 wide.
Truex to the bottom. No, red.
Kansas saves it. Here they come to the line. This is the finish of the Daytona 500. Side by side, bouncing off each other.
Unbelievable. I think it was Denny Hamlin.
I have it as Hamlin.
By an inch.
What
Denny Hamlin. Oh, my goodness.
Wow. I'm telling you.
I've got chills at my spine. That was amazing.
Baby. Are you kidding me?
I knew that's where it would have to happen off turn 4, but I didn't know how it was going to happen.
Big push coming from Elliott and Keselowski. Contact. Elliott slam into the wall.
Are you kidding me?
Danica Patrick, Casey Kane.
Oh, man.
You all right?
Textbook by Denny Hamlin. Can he put the block on? Oh, car. Oh, 77.
Outside, right behind you.
That was Ross Chastain. Got down on the apron, turned him sideways up the racetrack.
Straight into Ryan Preece.
1 to go. How about it, Ned? See if he can bring him home.
Well, he's got to do what he's been doing, block them all the way. That Ford is running awfully good. And like I told you in 1993, Dale, keep her down on the inside. Don't let him get down there, but he might try to come up on the outside coming off the turn. Here it is, the Dale and Dale show once again here at Daytona. Earnhardt trying to make a move. Look at him switch back and forth. Jarrett blocks him one more time. Here comes Earnhardt to the inside, but he can't make the move. And the Chevrolets race each other back there. Jarrett hanging on down on the inside. Come on, Dale. Put it in the middle, buddy. Do all you can. Winning 2 Daytona 500s will be too much. Here he comes to the line, and Dale Jarrett is going to pull it off at Daytona, his 2nd Daytona 500 win. Wow. Man, it was almost as good as it was the first.
Been decided by a last lap pass.
Now, I was going to say, I didn't see an advantage until that just happened right there. Now 3 wide, 2 rows back, 3 rows back. Oh, Boyer gets turned.
Golly.
Looked to me like he came up just a little bit too early on McDowell.
Oh, my gosh.
And William Byron's luck runs out.
Get through that one.
What memory?
Watch it turn sideways just a little bit. Bam, right into the wall there. Now everybody didn't have time to check up.
I think Ernie got into the back and Terry got into the back of Ernie Irvin. He got the 28 car into the back of the 88. The 5 in there was a chain reaction, as you said. Just there's trouble. Out of control all the way up and over is the number 29.
Robert Presley.
Around goes Presley, and he picks it up. First caution coming out at lap 10. After Robert Presley took a ride he won't forget for a long time. Well,
here, and so you do the best you can. But when you
got trouble in turn 4. Major incident in turn 4. 7, 8 cars collected. Hut Strickland is in it. Kyle Petty involved.
Robert Presley was involved in it. Harry Gant is in it.
Dale Jarrett seeking in. They touch. They come back to the line.
White flag.
White flag and 1 lap to go. Earnhardt coming back on the outside. Bodine gets into it. Strickland gets into it. This is the finish.
Did we say 5 cars had a shot at it? Get ready, because it's coming to the wire. There's Jarrett in front.
Jarrett pulling back in front. Bodine comes down to the inside. Jeff Bodine, the 86 champion, trying to find some room.
Come on, Dale. Go, baby, go. All right, come on. I know he's got it to the floorboard. He can't do any more. Come on, take him to the inside. Don't let him get on the inside of you coming around this turn. Here he comes, Earnhardt. It's the Dale and Dale show as we come off of turn 4. You know who I'm pulling for. It's Dale Jarrett. Bring her to the inside, Dale. Don't let him get down there. He's got to make it. Dale Jarrett's going to win the Daytona 500. All right. Oh, look at Martha. Oh, dear. Okay.
I like the inside lane in the corner, the outside lane on the straightaways. It's going to be a big push coming on the top lane.
Both of them. Momentum the same, both lanes.
Boy, this is going to
move to the top lane.
Going to have to be quick. Going to have to be quick.
Almirola up to cover. Dillon, where will he go?
Going to get there.
Oh, into Almirola. Around he goes.
Good
Hang on to it, bud. Hang on to it.
And here it comes with the number 3, 20 years ago. 20 years of trying for Earnhardt. He won the Daytona 500. Austin Dillon wins the 60th running of the Great American Race.
Got a car wrecked here. I think it's Ham.
Sterling Marlin stays first. Ernie Irvan in second. Back straightaway final time.
It's between these 2 cars. Has Troy Aikman brought Sterling some luck?
We'll see.
Can Ernie Irvan pass him on this last lap, this last turn?
Into turn 3. Sterling Marlin in front. Ernie Irvan closing ground. Here they come down the stretch for the final time. It is Sterling Marlin in the lead. Down to the inside comes the 28. Coming to the line. Sterling Marlin's going to win it. 7th. Martin is 8th. And Hamilton, the petty car, is in 9th.
Here comes Bill Elliott back on the inside off turn 4.
And trouble.
There's trouble coming down off that banking. 1, 2, 3. Benson's car among them as they come to the line. Caution is coming out. That could be the final lap under green. And if it is, Gordon has won with Terry Labonte second and Craven third. Dale Jarrett caught up.
The 6 car is not close enough to really make it back.
Craven, the leading rookie, up in 14.
This is it.
21 cars in the lead lap, and this is the final one. Draws away by about 3 car lengths. Cut it to 2. Here comes Earnhardt. The Intimidator will have to be at his intimidating best.
He's got him a running start, but it ain't going to be good enough.
I don't think it is either. He couldn't get the momentum that he needed.
Closes in, coming to 3. Sterling Marlin stays in front. Earnhardt nipping away at him here. Perched in second place. Trying to lurch out there. Launch one final assault out of turn 4. Down they come. The short 1,600-foot straightaway to the finish line. And the winner of the 1995 Daytona 500 is again Sterling Marlin.
Look at Jarrett in the green car. He jumped down the inside. It's putting him up in the 3rd place. A while ago, we saw Jarrett and Earnhardt were capable to pull away a little bit. They're trying to break in.
Trouble behind Rusty Wallace is turning over.
Rusty Wallace 20 feet in the air, spinning, crashing.
Well, I'll tell you, when they're running that close together and jockeying around position, you just know that things like this are going to happen. And a very unfortunate situation for Rusty Wallace.
Racing
here,
back to the line.
To the flag as Dale Jarrett moves around the Hutch Strickland car.
At the strike.
You know, you almost feel like you're just...
For what could be the final restart. Green flag.
That's rather optimistic, Mike. These guys wadded up like this. We're talking about the Daytona 500 Great American Race. I don't think she's over yet, brother.
Come on, D. It's not the Debbie Downer 500.
Oh, no, no. It's going to be incredibly crazy.
Yes.
Denny Hamlin has to go up and put a block on Matt DiBenedetto to keep that Toyota behind him. Here comes Kyle Busch with a push from Boyer on the inside.
Oh,
no,
DiBenedetto! And everybody!
Good.
Oh,
no. Are you kidding me? This is big. Wow. But it...
Boy, just remind.
John Andretti sideways in the wall. John Andretti taking a hard hit. And fortunately, it's a single car incident, but it's a hard hit for John Andretti.
How important they think stage points are.
Joey Logano exits the pits 1 lap down.
I think Martin Truex Jr. may have had a little something to do with that, with what he did last year with those playoff and stage points.
19 stage wins he had last year.
Now NASCAR is still reviewing the number 22 of Logano to see if he will be penalized. Look at this! Oh, Stenhouse! He saved it!
No, Jones is not going to be able to save it.
Jones did not.
Come on.
Jones, his teammate Suarez, William Byron, Jimmy Johnson are all in it along with Ty Dillon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Trevor Bayne.
Thanks, Krista Dale Earnhardt.
Whoa, here we go.
Big crash again, turn 4. It's Calamity Corner. There's rookie Reed Sorensen sliding down off the banking. Big damage to the Ford of Marcus Ambrose, number 9. And caution waves with 38 laps to go.
Marcus Ambrose with a bunch of damage there. The 7 car. Easy, doesn't it?
We know better.
Think you could drive a car, folks, at home 200 miles an hour?
Closer together than most people park?
Yeah, 200 miles an hour with somebody pushing.
Trouble, turn 3.
Big wreck.
Brian Keselowski, David Rudiman, Michael Waltrip, Matt Kenseth,
Big
and
wreck.
half the field.
I see about 3 of the Hendrick cars there that's involved.
Mark Martin is there. I see him. There's a Biffle. Jimmy Johnson's laying over there. There's a 24 car. Looks pretty bad.
Brian Vickers limping around. And Mark Martin is part of it. Greg Biffle got a piece.
Positions as he tries to get by on the outside. Tony Stewart has moved into 5th, 6th.
Here goes Ryan Newman. He's going to try the high side. Which way will Mears go? Oh, hose this 12 car Ryan Newman.
Keep pedaling it, man. Keep pedaling.
That's
clear by 4.
That's exactly crash behind him. Crash behind him. The caution is out. The race is over. Jimmy Johnson has won the Daytona 500.
His sophomore season from El Cajon, California, leads them down for the restart.
That car, remember, 2 laps down after having that battery problem. He would love to clear Jimmy Johnson to take the lead of this race and get one of those laps back.
Right here, he's going to pull Michael by Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson's hung out the drive. Takes all those for Jimmy.
Yeah, because Kurt Busch in the 97, he's in 2nd place right now. They're just going to keep drop kicking Jimmy Johnson to the back.
And Johnson had no choice. By the rules, he had to start in the outside lane.
And did you see the move Mark Martin made from the top to the bottom to hang on to his teammate Kurt Busch, Mark in the 6th car? He's looking a little racy here past that.
We're going to see what all these guys have got now. There's no holds barred now, baby. You let it all hang out. Let the rough side drag. Does it pay to have a teammate? You know what? Because even when he's 2 laps down. Oh, trouble down here.
I think that's Ward Burton.
Rowdy goes right in front of all these cars. Everybody going to miss him.
Yes. He hits the outside wall hard again. Caution is out.
Oh, man.
What do you say, Darrell, all the time?
Cautions, great cautions.
The defending champion of the Daytona 500, Ward Burton, driving for
the Daytona 500. He lives just down the street. That's where the party would be. Look out!
Wow, I can't believe everybody missed that.
20 wrecked me, guys. The 20 wrecked me plain as day. How bad is it, man?
Matt Kenseth is in the wall.
But it's not good.
turns 3 and 4.
Because something happened to Greg Biffle, the 16 car that triggered all this.
I believe, watch it, see if it's Harvick's car. Oh, no, it's the 22 car.
Scott Wimmer.
Look at him just spinning around. He got up on his nose.
If they don't get by Jeff Gordon before they come around the next time, they will not pass it. And Michael
Waltrip. Jeff Green is involved.
Jeff Gordon spinning down the inside.
Gordon is in the grass. They're racing for the lead at the head of the pack, double wide.
Stay below the white line. You got some people out there. There you go.
Sterling Marlin, he's got damage. He must have hit Gordon.
And here comes Ward Burton on the outside. He's got to run.
Track's clear.
With Elliott Sadler giving him some help. Here's Jeffrey Bodine trying to help the 40 car.
Caution flag is out. This could be the race to the finish of the Daytona 500.
You'll see some rubbing here, I'm sure, getting back to the line. This may be it.
6 cars sprinting toward the caution flag. Marlin inside, seeking his third 500 win. Ward Burton trying to get his first victory. 2 dodges, drag racing back to the caution flag. Who's going to get there first? Marlin by a nose.
I think what happened was Sterling Marlin went down to go underneath Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon went to put the block on, and he went across. And there's Tony. Wow, man, well, it doesn't get more blatant than that.
And look at this, up across the track.
Trying to go high. Benson went high. Here's Jarrett trying to go low. Benson comes back down to the inside, but Jarrett gets on the inside of it. Oh, he's going to drop back. Here comes Jeff Burton also by on the inside. Benson tries to hold him off, but Bill Elliott is coming with the 3 on the inside.
You got the Ford lane, you got the Pontiac lane.
Oh, too bad for Johnny Benson. No defense.